iFILM, London. iFILM, London. This is James Holder for iFILM London. I'm at the Connell Rooms in London for the David Price vs Audley Harrison fight. With me, I've got A-Force. What's happening, Audley? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right, yeah, I'm all right. It's finally good to get a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, it's good to be iFILM, man. But I've been with iFILM before, man, but it's good to talk to you guys.
No, indeed. How do you think the press conference went today?
Yeah, you know, obviously today is a big day for Team GB boxing. Nicola Adams fighting for a gold medal. So, you know, we're kind of like, you know, stepping on their toes a bit. But obviously this is the Battle of Olympians. It's a big fight. So I know a lot of people are down there, and it's obviously the day we had to go today, you know, because we had no other choice. So, but I think it went well, and you know, I'm just really looking forward to the fight on October the 13th. It's going to be, you know, obviously after the Olympics is over, all roads are going to lead to the Battle of Olympians. So I suspect already. I know the tickets are flying out the window, but in terms of the media attention, obviously it's on Box Nation. I think it's going to be. I definitely know it's going to capture the public imagination, and it's going to be because you know, as we get closer to the fight, you know, I talk the talk, and this fight is very important for me to walk the walk.
I think Frank Maloney's timed this really well. Olympics ends, then you've got two Olympians having it out, so two heavyweights as well, creates a good lot of interest.
Yeah, well, you remember, I pull it out there. I said, I'm coming back. I'm not coming back to fight Audley Adams. You know, I pull it out, I said, I want to come back. In fact, I didn't even listen to that fight I didn't take that fight for a month. But remember, I came out and I said, I want to face David Price or Tyson Fury. That's what I'm looking for a bout with. There are two guys coming up. I think I'd be the perfect acid test. So he has timed it well, but so has I.
This is an absolutely massive fight for David Price. It'd be a big name to get you on his CV, a big scalp to get.
Of course. Obviously, they've looked here. You know, Maloney's a very shrewd operator. They've obviously looked at my performance. They've obviously spoken with David Price and his team, and they feel like, you know what, Audley's dipped enough. He's dipped enough, and we're ready to go past him. You know, so obviously it's a risk on their part because it's all risk for them. There's no real reward. You know, obviously he's young, he can come back, but it's a real risk. And I'm just there licking my lips like, you know, it's like you're coming into the lion's den. I've been licking, I mean, they think I'm going into his lion den, but I've been sitting there waiting for this opportunity.
Are you back in love with boxing now, Audley?
Big time. I'll tell you this now, 2004 Rosella Sissia was the last time I was in love with boxing.
Undefeated Audley Harrison.
Undefeated. Remember, I still had a fight after that with Thomas Bonin before I left. And I had two more fights after that in America. But I fell out of love with boxing after Rosella Sissia. You know, my fight with the BBC that was going on behind the scenes with about, you know, giving up my promotional company. That was a huge fight that was going on. Since the Matthew Ellis riot at my fight ringside. There was a huge fight going on behind the scenes. And like I said, when it all came down, it broke my spirit. And it broke my love for boxing. And like you've seen glimpses of it, like even Danny Williams too. But that wasn't me. That wasn't me in love with boxing. That was just me. That was just the ghetto in me from back in the day, just coming back and just wanting to kill him for what happened the year before. But this is me now. I'm telling you now, with that last fight, Audley Adams, I had so many injuries in training camp. Every injury I had, in fact, I had to pull out of the fight, pull it back because the injury broke down. And it was always like God testing me to say, boy, does this guy really want to come back? I'm going to test you. So every injury I had plagued me. I had a week of sparring, but I said, you know what, keep going. And it just helped rejuvenate my spirit. And the final thing that made me take the fight, I watched him on video. I said, let me pull out that video I had of him. And I watched him, I said, Audley Adams is so bad. If I can't beat him at 50%, I need to call it a day. And so going through that, testing myself going through that, helped us get my love for this camp. I'm enjoying this camp. I've started training. I'm enjoying myself, like, because I've got a lot of skills. I've got a lot of finesse, and none of that was you haven't seen that in my performances since Rosella Sissia. If you go back and watch that fight, that's who you're seeing coming back. It's almost like I've been in a time warp. Trust me, it's like I've been in a time warp. I'm back in love with boxing, and I'm coming up October the 13th. Win, lose or draw, I'm definitely leaving it in the ring. And I feel I'm still good enough to beat a David Price, so that's why I'm taking it.
I want to tell you something. Audley Adams fight, we was there. I come down to cover the Audley Adams fight. After the fight, I followed you to the ring, got to your dressing room. Now, I don't know if it was your team or it was the security on the night, but they wouldn't let iFILM London in. For something.
Lie.
He's telling me I was late and I missed his interview.
I see him afterwards in the nightclub.
Now, you did see me in the Sugar Hut, and I was going to ask him.
And I got, you know what, the funny thing, 2,500 people were booing me when I come out. 2,500 people were cheering my name when I came out.
It's true. It's true.
I went to Sugar Hut after the nightclub from Only Ways Essex. You know, the Cross, they looked after me. Big up to the Sugar Hut family.
Mickey Norcross, is that?
Yeah, Mickey Norcross and his son, they looked after me. All night I was taking photographs. All night people was coming up to me. I got beer love. So I know that I got beer, and everywhere I go in the country, I get that. I get the haters on boxing, on the forums. But when I walk around the country, obviously people are disappointed in my performance with Hay. But when I walk around the country, I get beer love. And so I know in Liverpool, I've got a lot of fans in Liverpool, but I know obviously they're going to be supporting David Price, which they should do, because he's the local boy. But this fight here is going to it's going to surprise a lot of people, because it's going to be a battle. They call it Battle Olympus. It's going to be a battle. And Mr. A-Force is going to turn up. And he's got a little shock up his sleeve, man. Not even a shock, just the man who's supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, that's what I'm going to do. And if he beats me, because there's always a possibility that he's going to beat me. There's always a possibility. There's no egos, this is for real. This is a 50-50 fight. But he's going to have to earn it. That's all I know, he's going to have to earn it. And I don't think he's ready to go past this test yet. Real talk from Mr. A-Force, Audley Harrison, back, running up his mouth. But this time, I'm going to pay the price. Watch. Trust.
Last thing I want to ask you. At 19 years old, coming out of Feltham, being on the streets of Stonebridge, did you think you would go on to win a gold medal, to be an MBE, and then stand here doing an iFILM London interview?
Well, by then I was on the streets of Harrow. I'd moved on. Streets of Northwood. Again, I moved on. I'd moved up from Stonebridge to Harrow, moving back. But the thing about it is like, in life, you've got choices to make. When I was in Feltham, that was my seal that I'm a bad boy. It's proved now, bad boy. Got my seal, got my stripes. But I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do now with your life? You got no qualifications. You left Feltham. Now you're officially a dunce. What are you gonna do with your life? And one of my big goals, obviously, was to come on iFILM London. You know, you hear this now. Come on iFILM London. So it's really been mission complete. Goal achieved. I can really be satisfied and be happy. So, you know, it's been a great journey. It's been a tough journey. But remember, God doesn't give adversity to people who can't handle it. You know, I've had a tough journey, but my journey ain't tough. My journey ain't tough. I've been able to get myself up each time, stay motivated, and stay hungry. And so I'm about to take back my claim. I'm going to claim back my place on the throne on October the 13th. And the old man, the first to laugh, cut from a different cloth from the average kind of, but I'm cut from a different cloth. That's why I can still stand here confident, and I can look you in the eye and say, it ain't over yet. And Mr. Harrison's coming on October the 13th, and I'm turning up to win.
Last thing, I can't have you here without touching on the Olympics. How good have our Olympic boxers been? And you was late today. Was you allowed to use the Olympic lane?
I was late today. I fell asleep. I'm on Jamaican time. You know, just coming from America last night, so I'm kind of jet lagged. But yeah, no, the Olympics has been fantastic for Britain, and obviously fantastic for boxing. And that shows, that's the result of, and I don't want to go on about it too much, but people need to understand this, that winning that Olympic gold medal in Sydney and boxing becoming part of this world-class performance program and becoming a funded sport, you've seen the impact of it. You're seeing the real impact now, where you've got a woman today boxing in the Olympic finals. None of that could have happened without funding. None of that could have happened without the world-class performance.
If it wasn't for your performance, I don't know. I can't say whether we would have got that funding.
100%, you wouldn't have got the funding. I can say it because I know I was there sitting in the meetings. I needed to win the gold medal for us to become a world-class performance sport. So we are lottery funding because of my Olympic gold medal, and people need to understand that my legacy is secure. And these people who are going to the Olympics, they live in Sheffield full-time, full program. They've got a performance director, they've got a psychologist, they get their own chef. All that is because of lottery funding. We've always had talented fighters. That's why we've won so many world titles. But in the amateurs, without funding, these people can't train like how the rest of them can train. And so you're seeing the talent. You're seeing the talent pool that this country has of fighters coming through who are full-time professional athletes. And you're seeing that they can compete with the best in the world. And if you look at the American program, you know, they're falling apart. But all they have to do is fund the athletes as amateurs, and they'll stay amateur. And look at me, I went to the Olympics at 29. I told them, if you don't give me money, I'm turning pro. You lot need to fund us. After the Commonwealth Games, you lot need to fund us. I set up the Amateur Boxing Union of England, and I became a little sporting politician to get us that funded. And I was instrumental, along with Ian Irwin, the national coach, writing the World Class Performance Program, in getting us funded. And so I know how important it is. What these people are doing now, they've already secured the legacy of amateur boxing continuing the legacy of amateur boxing, because that funding is going to be continued because they've produced the results. It's all results driven. If you don't produce the performances, the money can get cut. So they've all produced, the money's going to keep going.
We'd like to think the money's going to be reinvested, and hopefully we get a chance.
The lottery's been so important. So these people buying the lottery tickets, some of that money is going to good causes, and some of that's going to sport, the World Class Performance Program. And you've obviously seen how many medals that we've got right across all the sports. It's obviously working.
Well, come October the 13th, we'll all be watching the fight at the Echo Arena. October the 14th, we'll all be there to watch the fight at Echo Arena.
If you're there on the 14th, I'll see you. I'm going to be there on the 13th.
Is the 13th?
So I'll be there on the 13th.
First time, right. I'll be there on the 13th, and I might be staying on the 14th. You just never know.
Yeah. He's going to stay there on the 14th after the 30th. But all roads lead to the Battle Olympian. It's going to be a great fight. Tune in.
Audley Harrison, sir, thank you for your time, and I wish you best of luck, and I'll see you in Liverpool. James Holdaway, Audley Harrison for iFILM London. Thank you very much.
Blah, blah.